Hey! We just finished the team writing for TV module and it was a really brilliant experience.
It was a lot of hard work, but once you put the effort in, it was so worth it.
The creative process was really fun and the lecturers were very helpful and made the class interesting every week.
Hello, my name is Gordon Houston, and today I'm going to be trying to help you understand the Team Writing for Television module a little better by talking to its teaching team. With me I've got Martin McCarty, Stuart Hepburn and John Quinn. Thank you all for coming this morning. Firstly, what is the Team Writing for Television module all about?
Well, in the simplest level, Team Writing for Television is essentially about getting together a group of creatives, putting them in a group that's organised around love of a genre and asking them to create a long-running television series. That's the essence, that's a nutshell of Team Writing for Television.
Okay.
Also, it replicates what happens in the industry. So when I'm working outside of here, if I'm going to start a new series, even if it's like, say, a kids series like Katie Morag, Stuart and I were involved in a Team Writing for Television outside. So you're replicating what you'd get in the industry.
Okay, there's no need to take the piss at me. Am I allowed to swear? Probably not.
Just talking about Katie Morag and your experience with that, why is it so important to have industry input in the Team Writing for Television module?
This is a level 9 module,
Level 9.
is it? But it's leaner on level 10 actually. We'd like to think that it's the sort of module that would really prepare a third year student for working in the industry and working in Team Writing for Television. So the idea that it's not necessarily there's an academic element to it, but it's really a very practical module, giving students an experience of what it's like to work within the industry to create a long-running television series. Okay. So absolutely essential that people like Martin and me are part of the teaching team and led in an academic framework by Dr. Quinn here. Because we want to give students an authentic experience that's really going to help them when they walk out the door.
One of the most important things about that is when they're pitching their series, you get industry professionals in to listen to that. And so you have people who are, this year for example, Robbie Allen, who works for Creative Scotland, was one of them, who listens to pitches all the time. And he was very impressed by the standard of the pitches by the students. And to do that in front of industry professionals at this stage really prepares you for when you leave, and you have to do that for every job you go and get.
Just to pick up on what Stuart said, Team Writing for Television doesn't actually have an essay. You don't write an essay as part of this module, but the academic work is there. Where it is, it's embedded all throughout the professional practice. And that's what's special about this module. We take creative practice from an industry perspective and we embed it within this academic framework, where actually the assessments you do, the academic assessments, are built around what goes on in the wider industry.
Just to expand on what you've already been talking about, what can students expect to learn during the Team Writing for Television module specifically?
Well, sorry, we good.
Well, they'll start off by having an idea about a specific genre in which to operate. So it might be science fiction, it might be historical drama. They'll then go together with a group of like-minded souls, about 4 to 6 students, and from the very, very first day, they will start developing that idea that they have for a specific programme. At the end of it, and I've got two, by sheer coincidence, I have two of them here. At the end of the day, they'll have a professionally formatted, hopefully professionally developed 25-page television script, which we believe is industry ready. Each member of the team will be responsible for creating the character arcs, the series arcs, the Bible, but they'll also have to create a 20 to 25 page script themselves as well. So you'll literally have a calling card to the industry. It's not out with the bounds of reason that a team from here could walk into a production company and get something made. It's not happened yet. People have gone on and pitched successfully for individual programmes, but everything that we do and the documentation that's created is everything you would need in a professional context to go in and say, there's my idea, please will you back it?
I think the other key is it's about teamwork. They learn to work in a team, because I think a lot of people who are interested in writing think it's a solitary thing, and that you work on your own. But when you're working for long-running television series, you have to fit into a long-running machine. It is team writing. They're not looking for somebody to do the most individual episode of River City that's ever happened. They're looking for somebody that fits into how that programme is working, or the same with any long-running programme. So the teamwork element of it's vital.
And I think that sums up the whole nature of the module. You learn hard skills, hard screenwriting skills that are taught with a dedicated team. And then what you also learn is the soft skills of team working. And that's the ones that are much more transferable, not just when you go out and work in a writing team, but when you go out into any professional environment. You know how to work within a group dynamic, and that's what the module's all about.
He's in my eye line. The techie, he just popped in that wee mouse or something.
Earlier on you said in the documentation they create something called the Bible. What is that?
The Bible's all the important information about the characters, about the genre, about the theme, about the tone, all the things that make up what, in a written sense, what the series is all about. So that you might be asked to come along in series 3 of a long-running television series. You need to have a Bible, something that's given to you, the tablets of stone, if you like, and say, there's what it's all about. That's what happened in episode 3. So before a broadcaster would go to production, they would want an organised Bible, but the Bible then evolves and moves on with the series. So we just call it the Bible because it's got the truth in it.
Yeah.
An important thing to know about that is in Team River Television, there's 50% of the module is an individual mark based on your final episode you write. The other 50% of the module is based on teamwork. So the Bible accounts for 30% of the whole module. But that mark, that 30% is awarded to the team as an entirety, as a whole. So therefore it's the team's interest to create this document as a group. And it's the same with their pitch. Their pitch is worth 20% of the whole module, and everybody in the team, regardless of what they do the day of the pitch, gets the same mark. So 50% of the module's marked on the team's ability to develop the television series, and the other 50% is marked on the individual student's ability to carry out the brief that they got from the Bible.
What is next for students once they've completed the Team Writing for Television module?
Well, hopefully they'll be well armed to go out into the industry to pitch their own individual ideas, and they will know on a professional level how a long-running television series is to be pitched and what sort of information a broadcaster, a potential broadcaster or developer is looking for. And also the idea, although it's a two-way process, we're developing this as an educational process, but we're developing it in the context of what's happening in the industry as well. But the one thing I try to get across to students is the idea that if you've got a good idea, somebody will want to make it. It's not the case that the industry is all about trying to stop your great idea happening. You know that Alan Yentob is sitting there behind a closed door and he doesn't want you in. Yeah. Students underestimate how exotic and exciting they are because they're young, they're new, and they're plugging into a vibe and a zeitgeist that older, more experienced production executives cannot hope to do. So it's to give students the confidence, the technical ability to come across with the idea and marry that to what makes them unique, and that is that they're a new, younger generation of writers with hopefully something to say.
Yeah, what you hope is that they make relationships with some of the other people they're working with, that they continue those relationships when they leave, that they've got the ability to shoot like a 10-minute pilot of the type of series they want to make, that they'll be able to have a Bible, a first episode, and they're leagues ahead of people then, because most writers start out not knowing any of that stuff, and they'll just come in with a script. If you've got all those other elements and you can work with other people, you're ahead of the game.
And some tangible evidence of that is that teams who've left our module have went on to, in one instance, they've taken their script to development for a pilot. The pilot didn't get filmed, but the script went forward to development for a pilot with BBC Three. So that was one big achievement for the module. However, a lot of other teams have taken their ideas and they've been transformed into other mediums, such as one became a successful run of a play based on the work they'd done. But where do the students go when they finish the module? Well, I think there's two distinct paths here. There's the path of going on to further study, and that's they can move on into their honours year and they can pick up their screenwriting strand, and they can develop a feature script, or they could write another television series, or they could develop that series further within their honours year. Or indeed they can go out and start to work as a professional, or start to enter into the professional market. They can send that Bible out, Stuart says, as their calling card. They can send out their episodes, and that helps them get into the industry.
That's great. So properly really equipping the students with all the skills they need for not just team writing for television, but with transferable skills as well that they can use everywhere else.
Wait a minute, please wait.
Yes, mother.
Right, I'm happy with camera 2.
Well, that's good.
Every job unless you want to be a poet, an unpublished poet, almost every other job you're going to get involved in the creative industries is to do with working with a team of people whom you have not chosen. And there's a real danger. At university, we tend to get together with our pals. We do something with our pals. We say, no, this isn't with your pals. This is with a group of fellow professionals who are getting together to create a piece of work. And that's the one most important thing we can help to teach.
If you ask the students when they leave the module what was the biggest thing they learned, the majority of them will tell you that they learned how to operate as a team of creatives working together to try and create something. They come to the module with screenwriting skills. Yeah. It's almost we just help them build a television series. They know how to screenwrite when they arrive here. Okay. But what they learn is how to work as a group of creatives, and that can be incredibly difficult.
Yeah, and it's not really skills that you can learn unless you're doing it, through practice and through yourselves.
And you find a lot of yourself as well. You find out, who you are within a group of creatives. And I think that's a really important thing for people to realise.
Great. Well, thank you all very much for answering these questions. I hope that you all found that helpful and feel that you now know a little more about the module and that you know the module a lot better. Thank you for watching. Good luck with your own course, and thanks for watching.
So we hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Bye!
Oh my god!
Thank you. I said thank you for watching twice.
Good.